What's up, gamers? We are back with more Starfield. In between videos, I did get my ship command skill up to rank 4, so we now have a full crew of 8 crew members. So Vasco has boarded the ship. Now have everyone from Constellation on there, and a few other ladies to round out the crew of my ship. My adoring fan is always holding down the fort here at home. I'm at my outpost. The reason I'm here is because I intended to build the armillary here. If you look at my quest, it says, I have all the artifacts. I need to assemble them into the armillary on board my ship. And then my two options are build the armillary on your ship, or optional, talk to your friends before you leave. Which, of course, we're going to do the optional objective first. But I never built the armillary at an outpost, and I wanted to see what it looks like. On my ship, it's just a menu, but I think here we'd actually get to see all the artifacts swirling around and the light show. It's stuff like we used to see when the armillary was in the lodge. So I removed the armillary from my ship, what we had of it. As you know from the last episode, I have several artifacts. Yeah, look at them all in my inventory. To add to it, and I believe it's all the artifacts I have at this point, right? Got some from the hunter, got some from the emissary. Several I collected on my own. They all go together to form the armillary. So I removed the armillary from my ship, came to my outpost, built the armillary here. And what do you think happened when I built the armillary here? A lot of things happened. A lot of crazy things that I was not prepared for. As soon as I assembled the armillary here, it took all of the artifacts from my inventory and it automatically added them to the armillary. This, of course, completed the armillary. We got to see, it was a very pretty, spectacle of the different swirling artifacts that were part of the armillary forming into 3 rings. It started to glow in rainbow hue at the top. Very beautiful, nice stuff. But the game acted as if I had built it on my ship when I did so. It advanced the story quest. It gave me a pop-up about how I can enter the Unity, which apparently is once you build the armillary on your ship, your first grav jump takes you to the Unity. There's a little thing like if you don't want to go to the Unity and you want to grav jump somewhere else, then remove the armillary from your ship. Only problem being that I had not built the armillary on my ship. I had built it here at my outpost. So I did some science. I tried grav jumping, and I figured, well, it's not built on my ship, so maybe that tooltip's just a little bit buggy, and it'll let me grav jump normally without taking me to the Unity. Good news, it did not take me to the Unity. I didn't get that spoiled for me off video, but it wouldn't let me grav jump. Can't speak. Grav jump at all. It gave me an error message saying grav jumping is disabled, which contradicted the tooltip I had just read, among other things. I eventually did some troubleshooting and figured out that if I just deleted the armillary at my base, it would then allow me to grav jump normally because it wasn't on my ship. I guess it's in my inventory assembled at that point, even though it's gigantic, so I'm not sure how that works. long story short, it's not possible to build the armory at your outpost at this point in the story because it forces the auto assembly of the armory. It forces the progression of your main story quest, even though you have not done either of the two things you supposedly have to do for that quest. It just forces it forward, and it prevents you from grav jumping anywhere else in the Starfield until you undo the thing that you did. So I loaded back my save game from before I even started messing with the armory. It's still on board my ship now. I'm not building it here in the outpost. I've learned my lesson, okay? It seems to be very buggy. I even tried removing the artifacts from my inventory, putting them in a chest up in the outpost, and then building the armory here. It still did it. So, yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. I did want to see it at my base, and when I do get ready to do that part of the story quest, I am going to come to my base and do it here, because like I said, it's really neat, the visual that you get doing it like that. There's no way I would have gotten to see anything like that if I just added them to the armory on my ship where it's just a menu. So it was definitely worth doing for that reason. So we will be doing that for sure. I think this whole experience has made me feel that I should finish the story of the game in this video right now. I'm going to talk to all my friends. I'm going to get any dialogues that I've been, putting off. So it's going to be a very dialogue-heavy video. And then I'm going to build the armory at my outpost, which is going to break the game and make the quest advance anyway. Then I'm going to be removing the armory from my outpost, putting it back on my ship, and jumping to the Unity so we can all experience the end of the story of the game together in this video. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this exact same, file for where I am right now. And I'm going to proceed with doing some faction stuff for probably the next few videos, just to, experience parts of the game that I haven't seen yet. But that way, those final few videos can be sort of bonus content for people that are really interested in the side stuff. But if you've been watching along this whole series, it's been a very long series, and I think it's time for that payoff. Time to give you that payoff. We're gonna complete Starfield today. We're gonna beat the game. So, without any further ado, let's board my ship. All my crew is waiting for me here. I do need to go back to the lodge to speak to some people. I think we'll actually do a round where we speak to everybody.
Here to give some orders?
Autumn's someone we've been putting off for a while. Let's speak to Autumn McMillan. She was, of course, the member. She's a Freestar Ranger. We met her at the Red Mile, and she helped us tracking down some information about the scow, I believe, is what we were working on at that point in time. We got some intel, thanks to her help and thanks to us running the Red Mile.
Do you need me somewhere?
Do you have anything interesting for me, Autumn?
This sample was pretty hard to come by. I hope you like it.
Spice leaf added. I want to ask her some personal questions.
It was really good to see you.
I'd love for her to not be standing facing this wall, so let's just wait a second and see if she moves.
Now that you have all the artifacts, we should talk.
Yeah, 100%, Sarah. We'll have a talk. Ooh, bit of a lighting glitch if you... Let's talk to Barrett since
Always
he's
knew we
standing
could
at
pull this
attention
off.
here.
Finally, these new universes won't know what hit them. Forget about the Starborn and the Hunter. It's Barrett and company from here on out.
Nice. So he's reacting to the decisions I've made and where, we're going to be entering the Unity. Does that mean he's coming with me? Nope, not now, not ever. Right, Barrett and company. No, I don't think that's... I'm in. I want a uniform and a mask with your face on it.
Oddly enough, still not the strangest thing I've seen in the universe. Look, if this is a are we doing this or not talk, then stop right there. We're doing this. The multiverse waits for no one.
All right, Barrett's in. I'm not so sure, Barrett. We'd be leaving everything we know. Yeah, I kind of imagine that at the end of the game, they're going to give me a choice to... Like, I don't know. I haven't looked it up or anything. I don't know this for sure, so maybe I'm just totally off base with this. But if I was the developer of this game, the way I would make this work is you get to the Unity and they give you a choice, and you can either enter the Unity or step away from the Unity, and the result of your choice is...
Anything else?
If you enter the Unity, that's what starts New Game Plus. Like, that action just launches you straight into New Game Plus. You're back at essentially the beginning of the game again, but as a Starborn, right? That's how I would set it up if I was in charge of the world. And then, of course, the option to step away from the Unity would just be like, oh, I want to keep playing on this save file in this universe. So I choose to not become a Starborn. Instead, I'm going to continue putzing around and doing side quests and other stuff that I missed from the first playthrough type of situation. Every Barrett in the multiverse is going to be like this. I'll never escape this nightmare. Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's why I said it first. See you on the other side.
All right, Barrett, man. Barrett loved that. All right, cool. Andrea.
Our journey seems to be coming to an end.
Indeed. Let's have a talk.
The Unity awaits. I'm not as afraid as I thought I would be. Stepping away from the world you know can lead to a better place.
Yeah, I guess we're never going to really find out about her backstory that makes her feel that way, but yeah, screw everyone in this universe, bunch of jerks. The universe we have isn't so bad, though, and there's no guarantee the next will be better, right? The grass is not always greener. Well, I mean, it is always greener, and the point being that once you get over there, the other side of the fence is then the other side of the fence, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what's in the next universe.
I do not know if I would say the same. More that I accept it. I'm ready. Do you think
All right,
we will
Andrea's
see
in.
each other after the Unity? Will we even recognize each other if we do?
Hope we will. You have my permission to punch any other versions of me you meet.
I do
hope
too.
we will.
But the emissary makes me doubtful. They are both the person we lost and someone else entirely. If we do not see each other again, then this is goodbye. I am proud that I was present for this journey.
Andrea, love that. Does that mean if I talk to you
Hello.
again, I can flirt with you? Have we finally...
Is that it then?
Yeah, I feel the same way, Andrea. Is that really it?
Hey.
Is that all we get from each other? Sarah, are you okay? Relax. Autumn's still over there looking at the console. Let's talk to this lady. We
Missed the
haven't
sound
spoken.
of my voice, huh?
I really like America's personality.
Hello
Let's
again.
learn some more about her, shall we? She's a companion we picked up in the Viewport bar in New Atlantis. She was the first like named NPC that we could recruit onto the crew that had nothing to do with the story or Constellation that I was interested in recruiting. I talked to her probably like episode 3, and I was like, ooh, I want her on my crew eventually. That was back when I was naive, and I thought maybe all the companions you could recruit would have stories that you could pursue, like side quests for them. It doesn't seem to be the case with. I mean, I haven't even gotten a side quest from the members of Constellation
Cat got your tongue, huh?
other than Barrett's, I guess. Like, I guess Barrett had a side quest, but everyone else didn't really. And I don't know if that's because I didn't progress my relationship with them enough. I didn't take them out with me on missions as followers or anything. Like, maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Um, but I feel very strongly at this point that probably even though they're named, the NPCs that you pick up at random bars and stuff probably don't. But then again, then I don't know why they're named. I don't know. Uh, but since I didn't do enough to get members of Constellation that are on my crew to give me side quests,
Something on your mind,
certainly
Captain?
it certainly must be very difficult, if it's even possible, to get the randos that you can recruit from bars to give you side quests. But I do want to ask her some personal
Sure.
questions.
Oh, what is it?
Where are you from?
I was raised in Hope Town on Polvo.
Oh,
It's a
interesting.
corporate town run by Ron Hope, the CEO of Hope Tech Manufacturing.
Was run by Ron Hope.
He likes to sell it
killed
as
him.
a utopia, a place where workers are provided everything they need for a happy life.
Yeah, just a
But
company
that's a
town, though.
lie. The conditions are awful for the average person in Hope Town.
Yeah.
Almost everyone there lives hand to mouth.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I murdered Ron Hope, so, well, I mean, exacted justice upon him, I guess. Defended myself against his attack is the most accurate, probably. Can you tell me a bit more about Hope
Hope
Tech?
Tech is a starship manufacturer. They make cargo freighters and other industrial vehicles. Most of them are clunky eyesores, barely suited for grav jumping.
Honestly, I
But
like the Hope Tech
people
ship
keep buying
parts.
them, so Hope Tech keeps making them.
Yeah, me among those people. I'm a big fan. That's probably if I had to choose only one manufacturer whose parts I could use for the entire playthrough, I think I'd choose Hope Tech. They have the most versatility with their ship parts. I think every single one of my ships has at least some Hope Tech parts on it because they're so nice. The one we're in right now uses the Hope Tech spine, which is like that long hallway I have going to my captain's quarters on this ship. There's no other manufacturer that really has just a hallway like that. So, what was it like growing
I
up there?
grew up on the edge of poverty, like most working class people in Hope Town. My parents' wages from Hope Tech barely kept food on the table. For a long time, I couldn't imagine my life any other way. Ron Hope does a good job making sure his workers feel like they're being cared for. It wasn't until I got old enough to start working in the factories myself that I started to understand how bad things really were.
Yeah. Why are the conditions there so bad?
It's Ron Hope's fault. He controls everything that happens in Hope Town. Our
Controls?
entire
You mean
economy
control?
is dependent on him. There's nothing stopping him from increasing wages and improving safety in his factories, but he won't do it. Keeping your workforce poor and plying them with cheap liquor at company stores is a good way to keep them around.
Yeah. It's interesting. All this dialogue is clearly scripted so that it's meant to be heard before you've done the whole Freestar Rangers quest line that ends in Ron Hope being Well, I mean, I guess you get to choose, but I killed him, so. If things are that bad, I'm surprised more people
I
don't
think
leave.
more people would if they had the chance. But Hope Tech makes it almost impossible. They
Yeah, but you have to
barely
buy your
make
way
enough to
off-world.
keep the lights on, let alone start a new life outside of Hopetown. That's why
Right.
I joined the Freestar Rangers. I knew they'd fly me to Aquila for training, and I wanted to do something more meaningful with my life than building starships. I thought being a ranger would be a perfect fit, but it didn't turn out like I was expecting. Boarding the ship to leave Hopetown might be the best thing that happened to me while I was a deputy.
Interesting. Wow, she has a bit of an interesting backstory after all. So she joined the Freestar Rangers at one point to escape Hopetown, and I mean, it sounds like it didn't work out for her. I also just noticed that she has like, forget what the actual term is for that. Bichromal. That just sounds like a fancy word I made up. But she has different colored eyes. She has a blue eye for her left eye and a green eye for her right eye. I'm not sure if that's just the lighting of this. Oh, it might just be the lighting, actually, because now that I've rotated the camera...
If you want my opinion on something, you have to ask.
So she joined the Freestar Rangers, and then it didn't work out. How was work? Yeah, I'm curious about this. How was working with the Rangers different than you were
In
expecting?
the stories I heard growing up, the Rangers were always described as the ultimate champions of justice in the galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, we are.
If you've
We took down
spent
Ron
any
Hope.
time in the Freestar Collective, it's obvious that they haven't even made a dent in the problems there.
Well, that's a little
Just
rough
look at
judgment.
Mia.
They've only got like 12 of them.
Poverty and crime are all over the city, but the Rangers barely bothered to patrol it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
Learning
rough
that
situation,
made me
admittedly.
reconsider my opinion of them.
You seem like a hard person to impress. I mean, true. But I'm not going to say that. That's mean. Sorry to hear that leaving Hopetown wasn't
No
what you
apology
expected.
needed, huh? It's not your fault.
Well,
For all
I mean,
that working with the Rangers wasn't for me, I still learned a lot. It was eye-opening to see how people live all over the Freestar Collective. I thought the conditions in Hopetown were unique, but leaving Polvo showed me I was wrong about that.
yeah, there's a lot of poverty despite this being like a sci-fi universe, you know. Capitalism still has its claws in big sections of the settled systems and makes things rough. How did leaving Polvo change your perspective on the Freestar Collective?
It showed me that Ron Hope's attitude isn't unique.
Yeah, freaking capitalists.
The Freestar Collective is full of people willing to take advantage of others to get what they want. And there are barely any systems in place to stop them. No one to tell them no or punish them for it. That's the downside of the Freestar way of doing things, huh?
I don't know if I
No
like all this
social
Freestar
safety
Collective
nets.
slander.
It's hard for anyone born into poverty to improve their situation, especially with people like Ron Hope and Benjamin Bayou in power.
Yeah, we took out Ron Hope. I'd like to take out Bayou, but he seems untouchable. I don't need to ask this. I know, I know this nice voice actress voiced some line explaining who Benjamin Bayou is from this character's perspective, but I don't. Well, whatever.
He's the administrator of Neon. He basically owns the city. I like to say that not a credit gets spent on Volai Alpha that doesn't end up in Bayou's pocket.
Yeah, that's true.
I
He even
feel
runs the
sorry
power
for
company
anyone
secretly,
who has to grow up
as we
there.
found.
Polvo was bad, but at least we didn't have violent gangs.
Yeah, they do have the gang thing going on. Even the security in Neon is arguably a gang, just like police departments here in the United States. Uh, you seem to have improved your situation just fine.
I'd call myself the exception, not the rule. Most people can't just hop on a starship and become a Freestar deputy.
Yeah, that's fair. Will you tell me more about why you decided to leave the Freestar Rangers?
The longer I spent with the Rangers, the more I started to feel like they served the Freestar Collective's government more than its citizens.
Yeah.
Couldn't make peace with the fact that an organization that claimed to stand for freedom and individuality let places like Hopetown exist. Eventually, the hypocrisy was too much. I made the decision to resign and move to the UC. It seemed like people there might share more of my
Oh,
views.
ew. I don't like that. Yeah, see. I definitely got the impression when I was with the Freestar Rangers that they gave a lot of deference to, I believe it's called the Council of Governors, which includes Benjamin Bayou, which includes Ron Hope. And I was very much warned, like when I went to meet with Ron Hope to investigate the thing, I was like, warned not to upset, like don't piss him off. He's on the Council of Governors, blah blah blah.
Captain, is everything okay?
But I will say, to the credit of the Freestar Rangers, that when I revealed what the conspiracy Ron Hope had that was harming the citizens of the Freestar Collective, they were all on board with taking him down and ending his nonsense. So although although there is a bit too much deference to the Council of Governors among the Freestar Rangers, the people who comprise the Freestar Rangers at the very top ranks of that organization are good people that do care more about the citizens than about the Council of Governors, and I object. America, your name is right. I object
This
to your
really
perspective.
isn't like you.
What made you think the UC would be any better? They're
There's
not.
a reason the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective have never quite seen eye to eye. They do things very differently.
Yeah,
The
one's a
UC
fascist
provides
state and the
services
other-
like healthcare and job placement for its citizens. Those kind of things
yeah,
don't
but-
exist in the Freestar Collective. My
a
opinions
benevolent
about the
dictatorship
government's
is still-
responsibility to its citizens seem to fit better with the UC's way of doing things.
I guess that's fair. It's fair that she has that perspective. If she's had a better experience in the UC, then more power to her. Well, but yeah, hypocrisy is taking it a bit far. I'm sure the Rangers
I'm
do
sorry,
their best.
Captain, but I disagree.
Ooh.
They could be doing better. Especially in Neon.
It's true. They allow a lot of corruption to. Did you find what you were looking for when you moved to the
I
UC?
thought I did at first. New Atlantis is clean and safe, and most of the people there are happy. And it seemed like the government was doing a lot to keep it that way. But my
But-
perspective changed after I took an entry-level job with UC Security. They stationed me in the well. I couldn't believe the conditions down there. It made
She's been all
the
over the place.
UC talk of a perfect society seem like propaganda.
Yeah. The
The more
other
I
foot
started
drop. The other
looking
shoe
around,
dropped, huh?
the more cracks I saw in the whole thing.
Okay. She just hates everything. Wow, this is the dialogue tree that keeps growing bigger. Aside from the well, what else did you see that made you question the UC's intentions?
Their treatment of the soul system to begin with. It's one of humanity's greatest treasures, and they've let it fall into total disarray. The UC's insistence on maintaining a large and well-equipped military is also a bit off-putting. If they're committed to intergalactic peace, why do they need it? Those are the kinds
Yeah,
of
good
questions
question.
you almost never hear UC citizens ask.
All the
I
propaganda.
think that comes down to good marketing on
Yup.
Mast's part.
All right, I'm warming up to you. Like you had some bad experiences in the Freestar Collective, so you poo-pooed on them. But now you're giving some shit to the UC too. So I can appreciate that you just like are very skeptical of all forms of government. I can get behind that. What kind of things did you see in the well that
The
changed your
UC
perspective?
makes a show of promising job placement and housing options to all its citizens. But if those programs exist in the well, there's no sign of them. Most people down there live in the same conditions I saw in Hopetown. There's crime and
Yup.
unemployment, and a lack of good medical care. It's nothing
Yup.
like the rest of New Atlantis. But you'd never
Yeah,
know that
it's all
from
facade.
the outside, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, the key is that you don't. There's no like birthright citizenship in the United Colonies. You don't get born like even if you're born to two citizens in New Atlantis, you're not a citizen until you serve in the military because they're cray cray. And then of course your service in the military really propagandizes you. So by the time you get out, like, are you going to question the UC at that point, your government
This
at that point?
really
Like,
isn't like
after
you.
you've gone through so much just to earn your citizenship, that's when they start treating you well. So why would you? What good would it do the UC to lie to its citizens?
I think the UC government doesn't like people challenging its decisions.
Ain't that the
or
truth?
remembering its history in too much detail.
Yeah,
Mast
very
did
true.
some horrific things during the colony
They
war.
sure did. Xeno
They'd
warfare
rather
and everything.
people forget about them, especially
Uh-huh.
citizens who might start demanding a change. The best way
Oh,
to
yeah,
maintain
yeah.
the status quo is to keep people from examining things closely. Consistent propaganda is a good tool for that.
Wow, she had a lot to say. I'm glad we talked to her. There's a few NPCs who I haven't done the personal questions with. It's her and Autumn McMillan. So after we finish with her, we'll of course go talk to Autumn as well and get some more information about her backstory. Hers might not be as extensive because we already met her sister and stuff, so we do know some stuff about her already. I've never believed that things in the UC are as perfect as Mass would like us to think
That
true.
seems just a little bit too shiny when you really start to look closely, huh? I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks so. Once the wool
love her
fell
accent.
from my eyes, living in New Atlantis lost its luster. That's when I decided life in the major factions wasn't for me. The problems run too deep. There's corruption and division everywhere, and not enough people are willing to see it. I don't think that will change anytime soon. It seems to me
Yeah.
like the only option is starting over, huh? Founding
Burn it
a
all down?
colony without the influence of massive governments. and
Oh, is that your
corporations.
dream? That's
Maybe-
cool.
Maybe people would be kinder to each other in a place like that.
What makes like I don't like this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What makes you think
I've
that?
always tried to see the best in people.
An
I
optimist.
really believe that the average person wants what's best for everyone around them. I think without the influence of
I used
big
to believe that.
governments and greedy corporations, people will treat each other better.
Yeah, the governments and corporations certainly don't help with that. Maybe you should be the person to try it.
You read my mind, Captain. You're really getting to know me, huh? I've been thinking
Yeah, I
about
am.
the idea of founding my own settlement for a
Oh,
while.
more power to you, America.
It isn't in my nature to sit around while the problems in the settled systems get worse. But I'm not rushing into anything. If I'm really going to do this, I need to get a better sense of how people live all over the settled systems.
Oh, so is that why you
That
joined
means
my crew?
visiting the major cities and looking at both the good things and the bad. That way, I can decide what things I want to keep and what I am going to leave behind. Good thing I'm working for a captain that likes to travel, huh?
Yeah,
We'll hit
sure.
all the major cities in no time.
Sure, I think I can help
I
you with that.
appreciate it. And don't you worry, I won't let this distract me from my normal duties. You're still the boss.
Oh, I appreciate that, I guess. I don't have any more questions
Let's talk
right
again soon, huh?
now. Yeah, sure. It was nice talking to you. You have some interesting perspectives on things. I half expected that to give me a quest to like go visit all the major cities. Then I was gonna be like, holy shit, the named NPCs really do have side quests. I'd love to like help her
Did
found
you
her
need
like
something?
it bothers me because
Yes.
I really feel
What can I
like
help you
that
with?
was the game being like, oh, there's a side quest here, but then there's not. Like, I'd love to like help her found her own colony. Like, that would have been a really cool thing for the developers to add to the game.
You have my attention.
Andrea help her like deal with her past. Barrett help him get a power. Who knows what else with the other people, but God, it would be so nice if every named potential crew member has their own side quest that you can unlock. Like, there's already so much content in this game. Like, I get it. Like, not feasible,
Did
but
you need something?
I can dream about there being a bigger
Hey,
game, right? It looks like Autumn's moved down into the crew center, or the battle
Excuse
stations
me.
down here. Is that you?
Did you need my help with something?
Well, America, you're fast. How'd you get down here so quick?
Hi.
Yeah,
How are
Autumn,
you?
we're in the dark, but at least
It's
I get
good to see you.
your face. Do you mind if I ask you some personal
You
questions?
want to get to know me better. Okay.
I'd like to know more about your family and your interests.
Sounds good, Deputy.
Look, I'm a full Freestar Ranger now. You really need to stop calling me deputy unless that's like your pet name for me. What inspired you to study biology?
It's kind of a funny story. My name's what inspired me.
Oh,
When I was a
Autumn,
kid, I
okay.
once asked my mom if trees changed color in the autumn because of magic. She bought me a book and told me to figure it out. I learned about photosynthesis and how leaves change color in the autumn because there's less light. It taught me that biology can be just as astounding as magic. I've been hooked on studying the natural world ever since.
I'm always floored by how much like I ask one question, and then the game's like, here's a whole nother dialogue tree with several other questions. How old were
I
you
was
when that happened?
10. Way too young to understand all the scientific terms in the book my mom gave me.
Do you think of yourself more as a biologist or a Freestar Ranger?
Definitely a ranger. Studying biology is just a hobby. Being a Freestar Ranger is my calling. I wouldn't trade my badge for all the stars in the galaxy.
It's really funny to think that like America's like standing right next to us, overhearing this conversation. She's like, "Ooh, I was definitely just talking some shit about the Freestar Rangers. It'd be really funny if they like recognized each other. She's like, "Oh, I remember you, Autumn. You're the one who trained me." How weird. I don't know. Magic sounds more astounding than plants, if you ask. No. Your mom sounds like a really special
Aw,
person.
thanks, Deputy. I'll pass that on next time I write to her.
Finally, someone that doesn't have dead parents. I feel like in RPGs, everyone's parents are always dead. Ooh. This is definitely a get to know you question. Holy crap. I'm overwhelmed. Did you grow up in Aquila
Nah,
City?
I'm a ship rat. My parents were traveling merchants. They raised my siblings and I in the space lanes. Aquila
cool.
was sort of their home base, though. We stop by every few weeks to resupply. I think of it as my hometown, especially now that I'm a ranger. Most of my
Yeah, that makes
siblings
sense.
ended up settling down there, too. Well, everyone except my sister, Jade. She's still, doing the smuggling thing.
Yeah. Oh, the dialogue tree grew again. You're Autumn, your sister's Jade. I'm guessing your parents are nature
Yeah,
lovers?
they are. Jade and I aren't the only ones with names inspired by the natural world. My other siblings are Blossom and Shale. Personally, I think it's a sweet tradition.
How do your siblings feel
Blossom
about
and
it?
Shale have always loved their names, but the whole thing never sat right with Jade. That's just like her, though. She always wanted to stand out.
If you have children, will you continue the
Yeah,
tradition?
I'd like to, but that's a long ways off. I have plenty to do before I settle down and start a family.
It sounds like you inherited their love of
I
nature.
sure did. The day I stop being amazed by all the flora and fauna out there is the day I'll hang up my hat and retire for good.
Do your parents still
No,
travel?
not anymore. They retired to Aquila City a few years ago and passed on the business to Jade. I think they hoped the responsibility would be good for her. Joke's on them, I guess.
Right. They were like, they were freight haulers, but she's taken the business in a different direction. How many siblings do you have?
I
She
have three.
Three.
My brother Shale and my sister Blossom both live in Aquila City. Shale works at the Laredo factory, and Blossom's
Oh,
a
okay.
nurse.
Okay,
And
okay.
then there's Jade, of course. You met her at Red Mile.
Yes. That seems like an interesting way to grow up.
Oh, yeah. For a kid interested in biology, growing up on a ship was a total dream. I got to see new plants and creatures all the time.
Cool. Have you always wanted to be a Freestar
Yep.
Ranger?
Ever since I was a kid. I've always known I wanted to do a job that made the space lanes safer, and becoming a Freestar Ranger seemed like a natural fit.
Sure. Ooh, special dialogue for being a Freestar Collective settler. I'm glad there are rangers like you out there protecting the Freestar Collective.
You're gonna make me blush, Deputy. Thanks for saying that. I'm not perfect, though. I've made some mistakes that have gotten people hurt.
Just call me a deputy again.
But I've always tried to do right by the Freestar Collective.
I've made some mistakes that have gotten people hurt. Perfect. So that parlays right into my... Wait, where did... I know I saw a dialogue that... Whoa. Where did that go? I'm gonna click on this again.
Kind of a funny... She bought me a book. It taught me that
And then I think this one.
Definitely a...
Oh, I can't ask it. So weird.
Aw.
Okay, your mom sounds like a special person. There was a dialogue at some point like, what was your greatest mistake as a Freestar Ranger? And it's gone now. Was it?
Yep.
It wasn't buried here, was it? Yeah, like this brought me back. Do you feel like Your work's made a difference?
I wouldn't have stuck around if I didn't. I like to think that Freestar space is a little safer for your average traveler because of me.
Have you enjoyed it as much as you
I
thought
sure
you would?
have. It's a real pleasure to keep my home system safe. And I like that I get to travel for work, too. It's given me a chance to study the ecosystems of most of the planets near Aquila.
All right, I'm going to say this again.
Well, you're
I
gonna
think
make-
we've
I'm
forever
not
lost
perfect,
that
though.
dialogue. I'm going to check along the... Did you open Aquila City
Aquila
tree?
was sort of... Most
That's
of
the
my...
only other place I can think of that it might be.
Yeah, they are. Personally, I sure did.
I give up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm finding it. I think it's lost. Will you tell me more about your sister Jade?
It's complicated between Jade and I. She's a smuggler, which makes my job as a ranger that much more difficult. It's complicated between Jade and I. She's a smuggler, which makes my job as a ranger that much more difficult. She inherited our parents' trading business when they retired and turned it into a smuggling operation. I can't tell you how many
Seems
times
like
I've
it
thought
bugged out
about
and
reporting her,
repeated the
but
dialogue. That confused me.
I can't quite bring myself to do it.
No, that's good of you. You shouldn't report your own sister. Yeah, are you too
We
close?
are, despite our differences. She's made some bad choices, but I still love her. We still try to see each other as often as we can. She even
That's
made a
good.
point to come to my induction ceremony when I became a ranger. That meant the world to me.
Oh, she's proud of her sister. Do the other rangers know about
Not
her?
really. I don't think most of them would understand that I can be loyal to her and to the rangers at the same time.
Well, I
still
understand, Autumn.
wrestle with that myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I get it. Why did your parents give her control of the business? She already told me this because they thought it would make her more responsible or
Jade's
some
the
such.
oldest, and our parents thought the responsibility
Oh.
would be good for her.
Right.
They had no idea she was going to become a smuggler. It broke our poor mom's heart.
It's interesting. She said she's the oldest, but then like I feel like another dialogue implied she was the youngest. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining that. Reporting her is the right thing to do. No, you shouldn't report your own
That's what
sister.
I've been thinking too. Family's important to me. It doesn't seem worth it to report her just for the sake of my honor.
Yeah. I'd like to ask you about
I can
something
do
else.
that.
Yes! Well, I'm sorry for screaming. I'm just so happy that this is a dialogue option. What? Freestar Ranger. Why do you keep calling me deputy? I'm a ranger now.
Oh, has it been bugging you? I don't
It
mean any
has.
harm.
It
It's just a
genuinely has.
nickname. It reminds me of the first
Oh,
time
it,
we
it
met.
is a pet name.
When you were just a newbie.
Oh. Maybe I should come up with a nickname for you too. Yeah, true. Of course it bugs me. I worked as hard as you did to become a ranger. Probably harder. Well, most of my crew just calls me captain. All these dialogues are hilarious. I guess I can let it slide as long as we're equals. Yeah, maybe I should come up with a nickname for you too.
Go ahead. Do your worst. I grew up with 3 siblings. Whatever you come up with, I'm sure I've heard it before.
Suit yourself, oddball Macmillan. All right, Ranger Plants for Brains. You seem like an eared stopper to me. Fine, deputy is. You would just be go around calling it deputy, 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 deputy. Suit yourself, oddball Macmillan.
Hey, that's Ranger Oddball Macmillan to you, deputy.
What? Hold on.
Oh,
Most of my crew just calls me captain.
I know. I'm counting on a little special treatment. We're both Freestar Rangers after all. But Ranger doesn't make a great nickname. Deputy has a much better ring to it.
It's sweet how invested you are on this whole nickname thing.
I'm glad you don't think it's silly. My family's always been big on nicknames. It's nice to joke around with you like I do with them.
Oh, so nice to joke around with you too. I had fun with this dialogue. All right, Autumn, that was fun. Thank you for that. I think we just need to find Vasco. I'm not sure Vasco has anything to say. I'm not sure Vasco's even made it onto the ship yet. He is on my crew now, I promise. Oh, because I had to reload my save. Well, no problem. He is on my ship's crew now, I promise. So we'll have to travel before Vasco will board the ship. But that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to head back to the lodge. There's certainly some people at the lodge that I can't have on my crew, but that I do want to speak to before we travel into the Unity, I guess, right? Let's see. To the lodge. I suppose we're also going to have to go up to the Eye and visit Vladimir. Although I'm not sure he'll have anything new to say, but at the very least we'll go to the lodge. I want to see if they put up a memorial for Sam already in the garden. Among other things I want to check on here. Ooh, okay. It's interesting that, like, I've noticed re-entering the lodge triggers that mission a lot. I probably should have been doing that more often. Like, every time I get an artifact, I should be coming back here. Because I think I'm going to miss out on... Like, it's very... Whoa. Well, this menu now says 12 undiscovered temples. Which is interesting because I only see 9 dots. Right. So the entire game, it's been a while since I've been able to get this number under 3. I noticed that now, like, I have all the artifacts now, so I have a theory that that's a bug. And maybe I'm, like, calling too many things bugs because I've experienced so many actual bugs lately, but so maybe I'm assuming too much, but I think there are only 9 undiscovered temples corresponding to the 9 powers that are missing from this UI. It'll be very interesting to see if Vladimir can take me to all 9 of the remaining temples in a row, or if he's just going to give me one again and then be like, I don't know. We'll definitely be going to pay Vlad a visit. Oh, or talking to him.
Do you have a second, friend?
He's right over there. Yeah, Mateo, I'm actually specifically here to talk to people, so what's up?
I've thought about it, and as much as I would love to see the Unity the way Keeper Aquilus has experienced it, I'm not coming with you.
Alright, so Mateo's out. Which I think the game kind of spoiled this for me, but I think Mateo, Nora? Why can't I remember her name suddenly? Nora, right? Mateo, Nora, and Walter are all gonna pass on going to the Unity with me. Vladimir also. They can't be assigned to my crew. They never could be assigned to my crew. I think they are going to choose to remain in this universe. You can't be serious. That's what Constellation has been waiting for. No. Too bad. I think the multiverse is ready for Starborn Mateo. No,
okay?
I understand Mateo.
Thank you. I know this is probably coming as a surprise.
Honestly, not,
I
because you
think
were
I need to
never
look
an
for
available
my
crew
answers
member.
here, in this universe. And I can't leave my parents. I know they would
No, you don't
understand,
have dead parents
but
either.
they're not getting any younger.
Yeah, no, I get it. Bring them along, Starborn, Mateo, and family.
My dad pushing objects around with gravity powers. Now that would be something to see. Take care of yourself, okay? In the next universe. I'm gonna miss these chats of ours.
Oh, that's sweet of you to say, Mateo. Thank you. All right, man. That's fair. That's fair. I think I'm going to get similar sentiments from the other members of Constellation that are
Tip your ear
permanently
for a
here in the
moment?
lodge or in the eye. Yeah, you can tip my ear for a moment, mate.
It'll be a shame to pack up all the modifications to the eye for finding the artifacts. But she's earned a break. Gilded our fortunes for sure.
Yeah, about that. I want to say this because it's so poetic. The eye sleeps at last, Vlad. May she dream of what she'll discover next. No. I could say the same about you, Vladimir. We couldn't have done this without you.
I'm just an old blade in the dark trying to make good. I'll be taking up the chair when everyone's gone in the Unity. Set Constellation's course for another new beginning. Not my first time at the helm for a crew, but going to take it slow.
Oh, so he's going to take over Constellation, which implies that Sarah's going to enter the Unity with me, which I feel like I'm suddenly realizing I haven't spoken to Sarah yet. So we'll definitely be giving Sarah a chat when we get back on board my ship. But it sounds like Sarah's going to say that she's coming with me, and Vlad's going to take over here once we're all gone. You should make Constellation's official chair a bench press. Every new member has to do reps. Why would I? That's weird. I'd rather you come with us into the Unity.
Tell you the secret whys of a retired fleet member. There's a way things end. Have to see that before time and luck catches up. Well, tipped your ear long enough. I'll be smiling as you walk through Eternity's gate. Give the next universe something to talk about, yeah?
I guess he just explained why that's not Bro, hold on. Don't. I know you're
Still
speeding
need
away.
to lift another. Found one. Easy as a needle in the stack. Hope those powers you're getting to overinflate you. Got enough egos in Constellation.
Yeah, facts. Procyon B1, so he only gave me one. I don't like that. I think, like, I feel like the way the game is designed, you end up with all these artifacts at the end, no matter what. So either one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to go get that power and then come back here and he's going
Forgot
to
to
give me
check
the
the
next
math on
one.
a few equations.
In which case I'm going to have to do a bunch of
Brains
back and
long
forth
gone.
to collect all the alien powers.
Forgetfulness.
That's going to be kind of repetitive and boring, which is too bad. The other possibility being that I'm going to go there and I'm going to come back and he's going to say, nope, haven't found any more. And then if that, like, there's no way that can happen, right? Because then I'd be very confused how you're meant to get the remaining powers. If it's just meant to be you get a random, like, 12 or 13 of them every
Spend so
game.
much time looking at the scans. I can see star systems orbiting in my head.
But even that doesn't make sense, because then why would it tell me how many undiscovered temples there are if you can't actually get them all? I don't freaking know. Only one way to find out, right? Is to just do the thing.
The
and see what
artifacts
happens.
are all gathered. We've done it.
Yeah, Walter, I actually came here to talk to you about that.
There's nothing like an investment paying off. We've succeeded beyond my wildest dreams. Everyone should feel proud.
Yeah, so Walter, you're coming with us through the Unity, right? I mean, I know you're not because that's the pattern of anyone I couldn't recruit to my crew. I don't want you figuring out some way to sell the Unity, Walter, just so we're clear. He is not a greedy guy. I feel like we've established that he's a very generous, Like one of the only good rich people. We haven't made any money though. I was never about that. Yeah, right, because he said that line about paying off. Constellation couldn't have done this without Stroud Eklund's support. Thank you, Walter.
Oh, no. This moment isn't about my corporate holdings, no. Being part of Constellation was just for me. Although there's always opportunities, I'm not above taking advantage of what we learn as a group. Alas, while I would like to take the final jump with everyone,
Yeah, I saw this
I'm
coming.
afraid the saying, you can't take it all with you, has caught up to me. There might not be a Stroud Eklund in the next universe, and certainly not mine. And I would be a poor choice of company if I was, well, poor.
Okay, that's fair. Walter's too focused on material things to join us in the next universe. I understand. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there was at least
I'm
an
not getting
emotional
any
payoff for
younger
him, even
either.
if there wasn't a tangible payoff. If I meet a version of you that's poor, I'll loan him 5 credits, 0% interest. Don't sell yourself short, Walter. There's more to you than your money. Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Thank you for that. But I'd be lying to myself if I didn't admit it was a part of me. And I have no desire to find out who I am.
He does like being
without
able
it.
to wave it around.
Goodbye,
He basically
my
bought
friend.
his way into Constellation by being
If I could borrow
their
a bit from
benefactor.
Sebastian Banks, bring light into the darkness of the unknown.
Oh, that was very profound. I'm sorry I talked over for part of that, Walter. Thank you. Thank you for the chat, man. I guess you're as good a person to test this on as anyone. If I talk to you
Take
again...
note. Everyone here is worth learning from. Yes, even the kid. Bye.
Right, so just generic dialogue. We need to find Noelle, which is her actual name. I'm 1,000% sure I gave her a weird different name a minute ago. I can't remember what I called her, but it was wrong. Her name is Noelle. Nora? Did I say she was Nora? That's kind of close, right? Noelle, I'm so sorry I forgot your name. How are things
We're
going
so
here?
close. So I know we aren't keeping all the artifacts here anymore, but I think I can get some good readings from your ship. You have no idea how excited I am to analyze the data after you jump to the Unity. I'm gonna make some coffee. Pull an all-nighter.
Oh. Yeah, she's telling us that she's not coming either. I'm sorry I talked to you while your back was turned, but I feel like we're too deep, so I'm just going to play it out. You're more excited about the all-nighter than literally being able to cross universes? Whoa, don't do that. We have no idea what analyzing that will do. No. You can analyze your data on the ship. You're coming with
What?
us.
No. I do not do field work. Especially not the restructuring yourself at the molecular level kind. Or whatever the Unity actually does to make you starborn. Anyway, Vladimir and I have been talking, and we're both staying here. Someone has to keep Constellation going with so many people leaving. It'll be pretty quiet at first, but that's what Constellation has been doing forever, right? An old generation moves on, a new one moves in.
Okay. This whole game I thought she had a thing for Barrett, weirdly. But in hindsight, I realized that Barrett's gay, so that's definitely not. I think she has a thing for Vladimir, and I think weirdly Vladimir has a thing for Andrea, but that's neither here nor there. I hope
Everything
things
all
work
right?
out between Noelle and Vladimir since they're staying behind to run Constellation together. They'd make a cute couple if they realized they liked each other. Noelle, chair of Constellation, has a nice ring to it. I still think you should come
I'll
with
be
us.
okay. Really. I'll have a lifetime's worth of research to share with the whole settled systems when the time's right. That's the side of Constellation I fell in love with. Okay, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. And I'm sticking to that. So, goodbye. I'll miss you all.
I mean, there were some other good dialogues I could choose from that tree that I didn't. But I think my character is kind of like feeling like the weight of losing all these people and like leaving all these people behind is starting to get to him. So I do want to I want to at least, you know, in these dialogues be like, I want you to come with me. Like, I don't want to leave you behind to the very end, even though I realize that no one here is going to be joining us. So, yeah. I'm going to travel to my ship and talk to Sarah. I think I neglected speaking to Sarah. I think she's the last one. So we're going to talk to Sarah, and then we're going to do probably a really boring thing, which is go get all the remaining alien powers. I think it's going to just let us do them back to back to back. And it's going to involve a lot of going back and forth and doing repetitive things, so... What am I looking at here? Oh, Vasco. Are you
It
okay?
appears Constellation's current mission is at its end. It is customary to offer congratulatory statements.
Oh, thanks, Vasco. You deserve plenty of praise
Thank
yourself,
you.
Vasco.
If I were sentient, I am sure I would be feeling a great sense of pride and increased social connectivity to you. I hope the process of becoming Starborn is done without causing any physical trauma. But given the unknown physiological requirements of crossing universes, that seems unlikely.
Vasco, if I didn't know better, I'd say you're worried about me. We should see if a robot can become Starboard. Yeah, I'm telling everyone. Everyone should come with me. We're all going together, goddammit. We should see if a
Given
robot
that
can
the
become Starboard.
Starborn encounters have so far not included any robots, the safe assumption is that I will need to remain behind. If we do not see each other again, goodbye, Captain. From a statistical standpoint, you have been an unusually effective member of this team.
Oh, thanks, Vasco. I hope you'll try to enter the Unity with us at least. I've got you on board my ship and apparently like wedged between floors of the ship, so you're for sure gonna come with us one way or another. Can't even. I thought I would see his feet like dangling down here. Anyway, where's Sarah hanging out these days? There you are, Sarah. Holy shit! Wait, what? I think optional talk to your friends before you leave has actually put a quest marker on board or over
what's shaking, Bacon?
Sarah's head, which is interesting.
So this is it. This armillary can finally be assembled, and the Starborn are sure that something will happen on the other side. Something that will make us like them. Funny. I thought after all this time I'd be screaming in excitement to jump into the unknown, but I feel like I'm hesitating.
Yeah, so a lot of them have alluded to us, like, are we going to see each other on the other side type of thing. I never really thought about it. It's very interesting. Like, I guess I've been operating under the assumption that if we all enter the Unity together, that we'll all be transported to the same other universe together. But I, you know, maybe it's wrong of me to assume that. I suppose it's entirely possible that when we all step into the Unity together, that we will all end up in separate, different universes. So it could really be...
You okay?
It could really be goodbye. I mean, honestly, I'm not okay, Sarah. That's really kind of a very sobering thought. You're right. Let's just shoot the armillary into the sun. Maybe we'll make a black hole.
You always know just the right thing to say at just the wrong time. Say we go to the Unity, become Starborn, enter another universe. Will there even be a constellation there? It won't be ours, even if it is.
Yeah. Yeah, constellation is wherever we are. Dreary humanity or being an immortal starborn with superpowers. Such a tough call. Now, we don't have to do it, you know. Still plenty of our own universe out there. No, we're doing it. Constellation is wherever we are. I'm going to keep exploring no matter what.
I really turned you into a true believer, didn't I? Oh, what have I done? All right, let's get back to it. One more jump into the unknown.
All right, so Sarah's in. As I suspected,
You've got something for me? Bye.
every member of Constellation that can join my
you need
crew is
something?
going to travel into the Unity with me. Every member of Constellation that is never able to join your crew will not be coming with me. Vasco being the exception to that
Yes?
rule.
What did you need? Right.
Just perpetually hopeful that we'll be able to advance your story a bit, Andrea. Vasco being the exception, he's going to come with us, but he's probably not going to be able to enter the Unity. Which is just as well, Vasco, you can pilot the ship back to Constant. This is a really nice ship that I have a feeling I'm going to be leaving behind. So I'm going to leave you in charge when that happens. Okay. Now for some boring stuff. We're going to go acquire the power on Procyon B1. It's really interesting, each of these, I think, in the Alien Temples is basically an armillary, a completed one. When I completed the armillary, it basically looked like that, not when it's the three rings together like this, but before you do the mini game, it's just three rings spinning. That's basically what the completed armillary looks like. We're getting to that. I promised it would be in this video, and it's gonna be. It's gonna be. No matter how long this power gathering
Your hunt here.
Earthbound. Guardian Epsilon. Wow. So I wonder if they have a specific Starborn appointed as guardian of all the alien temples. Alright, cool. So it did immediately reset that mission. Earthbound something? Earthbound. Just Earthbound. Earth, the cradle of humanity, shares its gravity in an area of your choosing. Oh, so if I'm on a high grav planet. Oh boy, I wish I'd gotten this one before doing all those red mile runs at that 2 point whatever grav planet. Prima 2 or whatever. Or Prima 3 actually, I think it is. That would have been nice to use during running the red mile. I now have 50 quantum essences, which I've never used. Interesting. Toggle power. Yeah, yeah. Though I should leave that up. Procyon 4. I feel like I've been to the Procyon system for these before. Guess there's a couple of them there. Or was I just at Procyon B and now I'm on Procyon?
I'm going in now.
We got some pirates to deal with here.
Mouth shut. Not like we arrived anyway.
They're fighting other ships, so I'm scared to use.
You made a big mistake.
Others to fire my weapons once I'm locked on. Here we go.
United Colonies vessel to unknown contact. All in a day's work for UCC. I have a lot of my crew. Anyway, we can repeat.
It's funny, the UC ships, the Freestar ships always start off thanking me, and the UC ships always start off bragging and taking credit for the victory, and then then they're like, my crew wants to thank you, though. Even though we really did all the work, you know.
That's
no need for
really
payment.
impressive. You take care of.
And then they're always, like, impressed that I'm not, like, greedy.
A test.
Create vacuum. So is that just like the Earthbound power, but way more useful in that it creates zero-G? Or microgravity? Oxygen, fuel of humanity, is withdrawn from a localized area at your command. Oh, so it just lets me murder people? Gotcha. Yep, and as predicted, we've immediately updated to return to Vladimir because he misses us again, so we need to go remind him that we're still around so that he can tell us more of the information he's clearly already gathered. Let's sigh. Whole bunch of ghosty quests right at the end of the game. Cutscene number 2 of the 2 cutscenes I get every time I do this. And the 2 repetitive cutscenes we've seen a million times.
Obliterate them.
Sunless space. Sounds fun. Let's take a look. Yeah, can we just leave these up instead of always forgetting that I want them up? Introduce your enemies to the cold of space, freezing them in their tracks. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Sounds like an offensive power. I thought it was going to be like a utility power, like remove the light from the room so no one can see you type of thing.
Fire everything you got! Ha!
No.
Got their grab tried.
That was weird.
Die already!
Well, I tell you, when I was looking for ships to complete those objectives for my skills, I had a heck of a time finding them. But now that I'm like just trying to do other things.
Vessel, please respond. Spacers are easy targets. Most ships would have bugged out and left us with this mess. But any way we can repay you,
No need for.
salvage rights are yours. Can't stay here gabbing all day.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Oh well, whatever. I mean, it doesn't make a difference really. I've said no need for payment 100 times already. Well, I just noticed. I really like the look of this planet. It's quite beautiful in its own. Like, I love the like red sky and the blue sand. It's got this really great Alien Worlds kind of feel to it. Distracted by the beauty of this planet. Yeah, look at this. I could see myself building a base here. Distracted by the natural beauty here, I did not pay attention to what power I just got. Solar flare? No, I feel like I already had that one. Phased time? I think phased time is the power I got when I got the final artifact. and I didn't like take note of it at the time. It's interesting. It says it slows down the world and those in it. That sounds really OP. I think I'll actually equip that for a bit. Elemental pull? No, I already had that, I think. Anti-gravity pull, I think, was the first one I got. Void form is maybe what I just got. Rendering yourself nearly invisible to those around you. Wait, create vacuum. Oh, right, that right, and then sunless space. Right, okay. Woof, I can't for the life of me remember which one of these I just got. Void form? It may have been void form. Everything else I feel like I already had. Here, I've slowed time. Doesn't last for very long, does it? I really love the look of this planet, actually. Doesn't help that they distract me with a battle every time I get to this point. Inner Demon. Wow, that sounds fun. Oh, I just slowed time. That wasn't what I intended to do. Forgot I had that equipped. Hello? Oh, there it is. Gravity well? Maybe that's what I just picked up. Anyway, Inner Demon. Tap into the endless multiverse and summon forth a friendly duplicate of an unfriendly foe. Oh, so it's the same as Parallel Self, except it duplicates the enemy instead of yourself. Attention. Particle beam. Hello? Oops, I mean, that's kind of working, given how to climb them. Alright, Vlad, we're coming back. Oh, I didn't even look at the thing. Particle beam, it sounds pretty self-explanatory to me. Just another, like, generic offensive power. Shoot a beam of particles at your enemies. Right? Oh, no. Game, I'm so sorry. Oh, I shouldn't have looked. I should have clicked on the doors of the lodge first. Oh no, it's gonna make me redo that stupid minigame. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, if I'd clicked on the lodge door, I even had that thought in my head, like I should get the autosave first. And I was like, no, it's not gonna crash, just me trying to go to my pause menu. Alright gamers, we'll be back. The game's crashed, so. Alright, let's look at it now. The game's probably super stable now that I've gone through a whole crash. Particle beam! Emit a powerful ray of cosmic energy, dealing terrifying damage to a single target. Now, I know the game still says we have 6 left, but I believe we only have 3 left. These 3 dots, presumably. Sense Star stuff is, like, amazing. It's so fun. Moon form, that sounds...
You are nothing. Dust.
Yeah, Sense Star stuff is really like, not only is it just immensely useful, and utilitarian, but it's like, it's really cool conceptually. Egg sac geophase, that must be one of the fauna. Well, I mean, since it was on my guns thing, I feel like I can at least go see what this is. Egg sac? Oh, it's living in the air. It's a little floaty boy. I see. Well, I've seen that asset used before for critters on other planets, so I'm not as enthralled anymore. Something this way, too. Oh, just more of those floaty boys. Anyway, moon form. Let's check that out. Channel the energy of Luna, Earth's beautiful moon, to be as unmoving and resilient as stone. Oh, so basically it gives you infinite poise. To use a Dark Soul terminology for that. Makes you immune to knockback and knockdown, I assume. Okay. Back to Vlad. Covering it up. What the hell? I couldn't see what power I got because the level up UI covered up the you just got a new power UI. That's annoying. See if we can figure it out. Life force, I think, is the new one. Transfer the very life force of an enemy, harming them while healing yourself. Ah, life steal. That's fun. Gotten a lot of levels up lately. They really just throw them at you towards the end of the game. Feels like level 75 at the end of the last video, and now I'm level 77 already. More skill points than I know what to do with at this point. Wait, what? What? I'm a little bit I thought I wasn't done, right? Yeah, this. What the hell? Are you really not going to let me satisfy my OCD game? You're not going to give me the final dot? Alright, well, we're going to go back and visit Vladimir and see what he has to say for himself. He may have stopped looking a little too soon. We may have to send him back up to the eye and put him back to work because he's dropping the ball here. I mean, I'm not going to cry if there's not another one to go. Maybe there's one more temple I was supposed to discover by stumbling upon it. But I did a lot of searching, even between videos, just to get all those, like, the 50 ship battles I had to get. I did a lot of jumping around. Nothing popped up for another temple. So I'm very satisfied if we finish the game with, like, all the alien powers except for one. Like, I'm good with that.
As much as I love uncovering new questions,
if that's how it's going to be, it bothers my OCD,
Spend
but
so much time looking at
this. It is what it is.
Haven't made a match yet.
Dang. I was really expecting it to let me get the rest of them, but okay. Well, I mean, that means it's time to go. It's time to wrap this game up, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel back to my home to my outpost, my favorite outpost on Katydid here. I'm going to chat with the adoring fan. I don't think he's going to have any new dialogue, but he is sort of a unique companion in that you need to take a game perk to get him. So maybe he has a goodbye thing that you can do with him. I'm definitely going to try. I may go check in with Heller and Lynn, but I don't think they're going to have anything. I think if anyone's going to have anything, it's going to be my adoring fan, which... Yeah, there he is.
Look at you, Freestar Ranger, deputized and ready to round up the bad guys. If
I
you
know,
have
I'm the
any
best, aren't I?
orders, I'm ready to receive them. Being part of your crew is just the best.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to last much longer, but I'm glad you feel that way. I'm going to take one last nap in my bedroom here. I really love this planet. Can't really see it from here, but if I get up a little higher, you can see this beautiful, like, gas giant. Sometimes it's lit up better at different times of the night, but it's such a gorgeous view from here, like to have in the night sky, and the birds chirp around here. There's flora and fauna, mountain valleys with trees everywhere. Oh, I just love it here so much. I have a feeling you know, Walter's right. You can't take it with you. I have a feeling that the new game plus in this game, you don't get to keep anything, I don't think. Probably your levels and skills, and that's probably literally it. All my cool ships I've designed, all my awesome outposts, all my items, which I think hurts the most since I've spent so much time collecting them all. All my books. Let's make it daylight. So it's 6:35, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will go to 7:30 in the morning should be good. If need be, I'll rest another hour. It seems like the nights are very long in this game. I know 7:30 in the morning here and now, if it, in my reality here on Earth, it's quite bright out by that time, but in universe it seems to still be dark until like 8. Oh, no, the sun's up. And it looks like it's a beautiful day. Well, good. Very good. I did put this is the Mercury spacesuit I got from NASA. I ended up putting that up on one of my mannequins. Oh, the adventures we've had in this Starfield, huh, guys? And gals. My gentle viewers. I think it's time, though. Gonna get one good, last, solid manual save here. That'll be the save file we come back to, or that I come back to do the faction quests, which will be in the sort of wrap-up episodes, the bonus episodes, if you will, after this one. But now that that save game is in place, it is time to build the armillary here at my base and watch it glitch out the quest. Super fun. Let's build it right here next to the actual outpost thingy. I don't like it because it sticks out of the ground so much. We'll build it here. As soon as it stops glitching. Yeah. I'm good with that. You've completed the armory. Once you power up your grav drive, you'll jump to the Unity. Remove the armory from your ship if you need to grav jump to anywhere else. It's going to be real hard to remove it from my ship when it's right here already, but here, check this out. This is so cool. So there's all the artifacts that once I gathered from the hunter and whatnot flowing into the armory, and watch, it's going to assemble itself. This was really cool. I'm sorry you didn't get my blind reaction to this happening, but it wasn't very pleasant to watch because I was freaking out over it advancing my quest, and I was not a happy camper when this happened. And there it is. One completed armory. 3 rings. Rotating around inside themselves. That's what the artifacts end up forming. Gorgeous. I have no new artifacts to add, so I added all the ones from my inventory automatically to this thing. Really cool. It's got like a... I mean, the rainbow shine and everything. Really neat looking. Really cool. Very sci-fi. Let's actually, I don't like it here. I've changed my mind. I'll move it over to I don't know. Back over here a little bit. Perfect. Alright, so as we read in the tooltip there, all we have to do to travel to the Unity is to grav jump. And yeah, look, it's even pretty gorgeous in the daytime sky. Look at that thing. I don't think it's going to let us grav jump. You'll see in a second here. Because I think that's just a bug. I think it even giving me the tooltip at that juncture was a bug. We're going to try grav jumping now. Just for the sake of symbolism, we'll try grav jumping back to my home city of Aquila. Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. It kind of made like it was letting me do that, but I assume we're going to the Unity right now. No, it took us to Aquila City. Interesting. Okay. Wow. When I played around with this, did science for this before, it didn't let me grav jump at all once I'd built the armory in my base. The one difference is I didn't remove the armory from my ship. See, the game even thinks the armory is in my ship right now. You've already built the armory somewhere else. Right. Okay. Game's being a little weird right now, but that's okay. We're just doing a little bit of troubleshooting here at the end. A little bit anticlimactic. Interrupting the flow a little bit, but that's okay. I think all we're going to have to do is travel back to my home and yoink that armory out of the ground, and then we should be able to do what we need to do. Alright, game. I've deleted the armory. Are we Gucci now? Oh, so it updated the quest back to build the armory on your ship. Optional, talk to your friends before you leave. I'm surprised it didn't tick off that optional objective. I feel like we did talk to everyone that we can talk to. Let me just pop down in here real quick since that objective still exists. Oh my god, I missed. Heller and Lynn hang out in here usually. Lynn, are you okay?
Make it quick. We have work to do. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey,
Heller?
how's it going? Okay, see you later.
Oh, some weird sort of buggy sound stuff happening right now. Hopefully that won't affect whatever sort of ending cutscenes we have in store. Everything seems to be... I think it's just a little quirk of the outpost with those two. Alright, let's
It's good
click
to
on
see
the...
you.
Whoa. Hello,
Hey.
everyone. Build armory. So even though we got to see it build on the outpost when I disassembled it. Power up the grav drive to jump to the Unity or remove the armory to grav jump normally. It still says say goodbye to everyone, but I think we're done, right? I'm just gonna zoom out. Yeah, so the power up the grav drive to jump to the Unity thing is here. And if I zoom out, there's not like a... If I go back to Jemison, yeah, there's no other quest objectives on the map anywhere. So like I did before, I'm going to try jumping to Aquila, just for symbolism. I think this is going to launch us into the end of the game. Grav jumping is currently disabled. Okay. Oh, it wants me to get into the pilot seat. Interesting. So maybe it just wants me to go into orbit and give power to the grav drive. I'm sure that's what's happening, right? Because I always leave the grav on empty.
Our next adventure starts.
Yeah, Amelia, you have no idea, girl. We're going to a whole nother dimension. You better buckle up for this.
Orbital insertion completed.
I mean, it does literally say power up the grav drive. All right, let's face out into the Starfield. We don't need any weapons where we're going. Full engines, full shields, full grav drive. Oh boy! It's happening! Oh. Oh, look at this. It's like universes popping in and out of existence. Look. Who is that person up there? I wonder, is that Barrett? At the end of the day, is he the only one able to cross through the Unity with me because he has also been interacted with the artifacts? Let's go see. Wow, what a set piece. Oh, it's myself. Wow.
You made it. I hope you're enjoying the view. I never get tired of staring at it. Eternity.
I never get tired of staring at it? Is this the end, the afterlife, heaven? Are you?
It's natural that your mind would go there, and it's not a simple question to answer. You stand now at the very center of space and time. Center being the best word to grant you understanding, but still not entirely accurate. The unity is what was, what is, and what shall be. It is nowhere and everywhere, nothing and everything. It is the unity. Any other meaning is entirely up to you. All of you. A thought occurs. Can anyone ever truly experience reality outside of oneself? All of time and space filters through a singular perspective. I am as much you as you are a part of everything. All points connect to here. When a star is born or dies, its existence beats through the heart of this place. The unity. I have seen all you are, have been, and could be.
Oh, so you're like.
Do you feel like you've lived a good life? Is there anything you regret?
Some things. So wait, am I dead?
Do you feel dead? You are energy, and energy cannot be destroyed.
I did what I pleased and took what I wanted. Being good was never the point. No. I'm glad even at this late juncture, I can suddenly have split personality and change, change what type of character I'm playing, but I've done all I can and made peace with what I couldn't.
That's good. You will need that clarity for what comes next. In order to become Starborn, you must give the universe one last thing. Yourself. That intangible part of you. That something that makes you unique amongst the infinite will explode like a supernova. A part of you will fuse with the essence of this universe, while another part leaves it behind forever. Do you understand what I mean? This one final leap will change this universe forever, even as you leave it behind.
Interesting. So you, I mean, he used different words, but he basically said you have to sell your soul to the unity in order to be reborn as a Starborn. And once you're reborn as a Starborn, the part of you that makes you unique will remain behind and be scattered throughout this universe. And you'll just you'll sort of merge with all the other yous that exist across the multiverse in a way, in a sense. At least that's my interpretation of what he just told me. Wait, the artifacts, the temples, the armillary, who created them and why? Yeah, that's the big question that remains.
Unknowingly,
will I
you
get
just
an answer?
answered your own questions. For who creates
no, I did
things
not.
but creators? That is what they have been named throughout the endless circle of time. Are they one or many? Human or alien? Terrestrial or celestial? One day, you might even meet the creators, but not this day. As for the why, so that you could ask that very question, so that you could stand before me for time immemorial and delve into the mysterious of the unending cosmos.
The mysterious of the unending cosmos? Really? Even the voice actor, I imagine the voice actor being like, is that really what you want me to say? So that's a very meta, like, there's some, higher plane of beings where there's people called the creators that create all this. Very meta, like, yeah, the game developers created this, but that's who. But the why, yeah, I get it. The Starborn said I would be reborn. This sounds like
Much like the death of a star creates new kinds of matter, so will the part of your being become fused with the unity itself. That part is what becomes Starborn and crosses into the multiverse. Through your eyes, it will be as if waking up from a dream. Walk into the gate of light, and you will become Starborn. Everything will vanish, and you will awaken somewhere else. But that isn't your only potential destiny. You can turn around, walk away from the Unity until the stars fade away, and you will wake up on your own ship, in your universe. You could live out the life you have. I have enjoyed speaking to you once again. All of you. Every version that is here in the Unity right now. Go out into the stars. As
Well,
you
gamers,
consider
we are
stepping
going
towards infinity, I offer you a glimpse into what will happen to the universe you may be leaving. As the essence of who you are is spread throughout space and time.
Oh, really? So as I predicted, I mean, I guess it's oh wow, okay, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, whoa, 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 whoa,
Once
whoa,
you
whoa,
are
whoa.
reborn, there is no going back.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff I can go look at right here. Let's start over here because this looks like the remainder of Constellation.
The Constellation membership who stays behind will in time publish their data about the discovery of the artifacts, the Starborn, and the Unity. Space exploration across the settled systems is given new life as people search for hope out there in the stars.
What is this?
Ron Hope's downfall proves once again that the Free Star Rangers put justice above petty power plays and politics. A sense of commitment to the common good grows throughout the Free Star Collective. Acts of heroism and noble sacrifice increase.
Oh wow. So this is really interesting. So I'm getting like the Constellation, obviously, but also all the factions that I chose to complete. All the more reason why we're going to be going back and doing some additional faction quests in the next few bonus episodes. But I think we'll do the end of the game again when we wrap that up to see what other things happen at this point. Very interesting, definitely. Who have we got over here, I wonder?
By defeating both the Hunter and the Emissary, the path to the Unity in this universe is left for the people of the settled systems to discover on their own, uninterrupted by powerful Starborn.
That's cool. I love that decision. I really love that. Wouldn't change a thing, even if I am missing out on a couple. Like, I would have gotten a couple powerful rifles, right? But then we're at the end of the game, so what does it matter? I'm almost 100% sure once I step into that Unity, I'm going to lose all my equipment, right? What's going on over here? Oh, right.
Your work with UC SysDef against the Crimson Fleet is a triumph of law over greed. The UC establishes greater security throughout the settled systems. Travelers throughout the stars will be safer.
we're in an infinite void, and Commander Ikande still is like looking at his watch like, are we done yet? Well, very cool. That's a very cool to like remind you of the major decisions you've made in the game.
Or simply walk away until the stars fade to return to your ship.
I get what my choices are, thank you. We're going forward into the unknown. Take me away, Unity. I'm ready.
Although you leave this universe behind, a new universe awaits you. Who will you be in this one? What choices will you make?
For Robert. It was a good one, Todd Howard. So as the credits roll, I think I'll just give a general talk on my impressions of the game. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this game. It did some things really well. There were some things I didn't like about it. I feel the main story was surprisingly weak, but it was surrounded by a lot of wonderful story and a lot of wonderful world building, for which I think they did just such an amazing job. I was really just overall really impressed with the game. I know it's getting sort of mixed reviews among the gamers, among you gamers out there. I mean, I agree with the primary criticism of the game, which is that you do lose a little something. Those people that came to this game from their other titles, you know, like Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls series, and the Fallout series, are the two big pillars for Bethesda. Playing those games it gives you a special sort of feeling when you're playing them, and that feeling revolves around being able to just pick any old direction and walk in that direction and stumble upon interesting and exciting things. You don't really get that with this game, and it's just the nature of a sci-fi game where you're traveling among the stars. I don't see how they could have made it work like that. When you're following the story, you're following the quests, everything felt really well put together for the most part. really interesting stories and experiences and characters that you meet along the way. Um, so that was all there, and there were certainly some big locations, like New Atlantis is a good example, where you could walk around and sort of explore and stumble upon things in that way. There certainly was a feeling that, you'd occasionally jump to a new star system and stumble upon something interesting. Well, a lot of the random encounters were really fun. Grandma, the Valentine, later on Genghis Khan showing up. Uh, yeah, really, like lots of good stuff. Like even losing that sense of exploration that their other series have, for more of a focused like journey. Uh, as as much as this is like purports to be an open universe game, it felt more constricted than their other open world titles, in that you can't really explore. You sort of have to follow the path they lay out for you. It's a very branching path with a lot of different ways you can take it. Um, but it did feel a little more constricted, weirdly. But that's really my only complaint. Everything that they did do and did include, I felt was really, really well put together. I do feel like there's some room for improvement on a few of the game systems, but I'm sure that sort of stuff will come with time. The outpost building was certainly fun. I had fun doing it, but I feel like the amount of like different structures you can build is very limited. So I'd love to see an expansion focusing on giving you more stuff to do with outpost building, to increase the enjoyment of that part of the game. Their shipbuilding system was just beautiful and really well put together and really complex and detailed. There was a lot you could do with it. That was, for me, the most fun I had in this game was building and designing my own ships. Really cool feature of the game that I enjoyed quite a bit. Um, but like even with outpost building, I know you can go into like botany and animal husbandry and stuff like that, which I never touched on. So maybe I would feel a little less restricted in the outpost stuff if I went that route. But the game didn't really do a good job motivating me to do that. A lot of the stuff that you get from animals and from plants on the planets are like stuff you can just buy at a general store in the game. So it's not like there wasn't like a pressing need. There weren't like materials I felt like I could only get if I pursued those things. So that's why I never did. Um, Clay Dietrich was the robot Model A. I should probably be paying slight attention to these credits, but I've already missed most of the voice actors, so I'm sure they had a star cast of voice actors on this game. I was really impressed with like the voice acting in this whole game was phenomenal. The writing was phenomenal. I really enjoyed the characters, the world building. I know I'm sort of getting repetitive at this point, but I just feel like they did a really good job with a lot. There was certainly more things to compliment about this game than there are things that I would criticize. And I think that really says it all. So good job. Good job, cast and crew at Bethesda. I had a good time. I had a really good time with this one. So what happens now is the real question. They're just going to boot me back to the main menu of the game? I'm a little bit worried that it is going to do that. I don't want it to. But I do want to capture whatever happens on the recording, so I'm not going to pause the stream or anything. If it happens, it happens. Huh. Just a black screen, it would seem. I'm going to give it another minute in case it's just struggling to load. I'm going to be a little salty if the game crashed and can't, like, launch my New Game Plus because of a crash or some other issue. But I'm just going to ramble on for another minute, and then we're going to skip. All right, let's try skipping. And it does just take you back to the main menu of the game. Okay. Oh no, it's taken me to a pause menu. Return to game? Oh. Well, it does just launch you into New Game Plus. Starborn, that is what you have become, a being who has touched the infinite. Your story is over, but will begin anew in this universe and countless others. You remember all you have learned, your possessions and everyone you knew have been left behind. Explore this new universe and all it offers, and perhaps take another trip through the Unity. I'm on Nerion. Vectera, moon of Ansalon, Nerion system. Right, so I'm back on Vectera. But on board a starship, one of the Starborn ships. Presumably my ship now, right? I think so. Oh, I'm in orbit of Vectera, it would seem. I do love the design of the Starborn ship, especially with this big window in the front. Well, let's get in the pilot sheet, shall we? Ooh, I didn't even look. I should have looked. Well, I still have all my skills. I've lost everything, but I do have a Starborn spacesuit. Starborn spacesuit Astra. Really nice stats on it. Chameleon, plus 20 carry capacity, 4% chance to reflect attacks. It looks like the Starborn spacesuit comes with a built-in boost pack. Built-in balanced boost pack. Say that 3 times fast. Kind of a lame jump range. All the survey data and everything I did is forgotten. So this is the naked star map that we started the game with. Very interestingly, it's not making you replay the stuff at the beginning with Heller and Lynn. It looks like it sends you right into one small step. Go to the lodge. I've been reborn in a new universe. I should head back to the lodge and see if I can pick up the trail of the artifacts. Wow. Okay. And I'm in my, the Starborn Guardian. Let's take a look at this beast, shall we? Wow. It does purportedly have a 30 light year distance, but I think it's the... Oh no, it has a ton of fuel. I wonder why it's acting like I can't travel everywhere. Decent cargo space. It even has some shielded cargo capacity, which is a funny thing for it to start with. It has some sort of soul weapon and Tor, which are two weapon types I've never even heard of. Let's back out of here. Let's see what we got. That's whatever Tor is. And this is Soul. Seems very much like missiles and ballistics type weaponry. Oh, when you boost, that's what phases you out of reality. Hold on, I gotta get the, like... get into third person here to truly appreciate this. What's our max speed like? Quite good. 180, which I think is the max speed you can get on a normal ship. So you're basically cloaked when you're boosting, which is pretty insane. I wonder if you can take this ship to a ship services technician and play with it. Probably not. Two ships? Oh, they give you the Frontier again. Okay. That's cool. I wonder if I made any mods to the Frontier, if they would carry over. I don't think so. I think I actually am seeing that it's got its base stats again, even though I upgrade the weapons a bit in the other universe. Starborn Guardian. Huh. Well, why end things here, right? Let's go back to the lodge and just pop in the front door. I want to see what grab jumping looks like on this thing, too. That was a little bit different of a UI than we saw before.
Attention! Unidentified vessel. You have no faction markings or registered manufacturer. Please maintain course while we scan you.
Oh, that's a fun...
Assuming scans even work on whatever it is you're flying.
That's fun new dialogue. No, I don't have any contraband. In fact, I have nothing.
Enjoy your stay in Atlantis.
I will, thank you. That's funny. Yeah, see, I knew there'd be some new stuff in New Game Plus. Oh, wow, I can't even fast travel to the lodge. I've got to make my way through the city again. Oh, because it's going to repeat... yeah, there's some story stuff that happens on your way walking to the lodge. All right, well, you know, I'm in, you know, on second thought, I think I am going to end the video here. Oh, wow, look at this. Look at the cool way it lands so that it's not clipping through the ground. How do I actually exit the ship? I'm really curious about that. Oh, right, it's going to be... Well, I mean, yeah, let's see. Presumably, I can, like, to get back on board the ship, I would need to walk up the wing, right? For the first time in my entire gameplay, this is not going to say inaccessible? Yeah. Well, I do want to, before I call it a day...
Kind of breaking my concentration here.
Yeah. I want to talk to this guy. Yeah, like, see, there's some story stuff's gonna happen right down there. But we're not gonna, I'm not gonna go through that.
So, this ship of yours, does it take standard, you know what? We'll figure it out.
Oh, he had some other line as I approached.
I can't
I missed
place
out
the
on. I skipped it by
manufacturer of your
accident.
ship. I'm just gonna write down custom, and then awesome in parentheses. Hope that's okay.
I'd like to view and modify my ships.
Sure, have at it.
Yeah, this is apparently registered, but no, you can't go into the shipbuilder for the Starborn ship. All right, thanks, man. Any more cool lines?
Need some work done? We'll do
our best. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. What an exciting conclusion to the game. I'll probably edit out some of the credits rolling and whatnot to try and shrink this down into a single video. Next time, we may be going back to the previous universe to do some faction stuff. We may continue on a little bit here to see what changes exist. Maybe go to the lodge at the very least to see what's going on here. Who knows? It's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun just sort of wrap up after story stuff to do the next few videos, and we're just going to wrap up this series. Thank you everyone for watching. If you've watched all my videos up to this point, a special thanks to you. Really glad you were able to join me for this exciting journey in the Starfield, and I hope everyone is just having the most fantastic day today. I know I am.